Why do others attract customers effortlessly while you shout into the void? You pour money and grind day and night, yet remain invisible. You follow every textbook rule, but your results are still zero. The problem isn't your competence. It's that you haven't learned how to compel the market to pay attention at all costs. The market doesn't reward hard work. It rewards those who attract attention the right way at the right time. You're stuck in a sea of noise. It's time to become a magnet in a crowd of shadows. In this video, you'll discover attraction marketing, a strategy where customers come to you willingly, no chasing or begging involved. Part 1. Redefining attraction marketing. Attraction goes beyond attention. Attraction marketing isn't just about being liked. It's the art of intentionally directing attention, converting interest into specific actions, and maximizing engagement value. It's not mere charm. It's a calculated strategy to transform viewers into buyers and then into advocates. This isn't luck, it's a skill for converting emotions into buying behavior through communication and sincerity. Here's the paradox. Many assume that being attractive means being expressive, good-looking, creative, or going viral. Wrong. True attraction must come with the ability to solve real problems. You can't be appealing if people don't see how you can help them progress. Many simply display abilities without guiding toward a solution. Attractive brands aren't flashy, they're deeply valuable and tied to real audience needs. If you want to build a brand based on attraction, ask yourself, who am I attracting? Why? And where am I leading them? If you can't answer these, you're not doing marketing. You're chasing empty attention. In today's content-overloaded world, winners aren't those with the most views, but those who convert attention into lasting influence. Don't confuse interest with trust. True attraction is a journey from visibility to credibility. Part 2. Sales or brand? The trap of choosing sides. Many begin their career asking, should I focus on sales or branding? That's the wrong question. In today's business world, these aren't mutually exclusive. They must be synchronized. Sales keep you alive. Branding helps you grow. Choosing one and ignoring the other weakens adaptability in a fast-changing market. There's no universal formula, only strategies suited to your current state. People lean towards sales because it's immediately doable. No need for tons of content, just message the right person at the right time. Others choose branding to avoid rejection, often saying, I hate selling. That's a dangerous mix-up between emotion and strategy. In reality, branding is also a form of selling, just with a delayed transaction. If you're only building image but never closing deals, you're draining your energy. A major mistake in branding is measuring the wrong success indicators. Many confuse views and likes with real value. Don't be misled by algorithms. True influence is when people act because of you, not just applaud you. If you have thousands of followers but no buyers, that's strategic failure. On the sales side, focusing only on revenue without a trust ecosystem traps you in a cycle of chasing, selling, and burnout. The solution isn't choosing sides, but knowing where you are in your business cycle. If you lack cash flow and systems, focus on sales. Once resourced, invest in brand building to create a sustainable customer flow. Don't idolize branding and forget that business is survival. Real practitioners know when to transact and when to inspire. Part 3. Hybrid strategy structure. A multi-layered model. The hybrid strategy isn't a shallow blend of brand and sales. It's a logical system executed step by step. Create tangible value, break it into bait content, attract interactions, initiate connections, then make your offer. It's a conversion path. Stranger, interest, interaction, customer, advocate. Many stop at giving value for free, but never make an offer. Without a call to action, your value fades into oblivion. Hybrid strength is activating voluntary customer behavior. They aren't sold to, they're invited. They're not pressured, they seek more. This is the essence of modern permission marketing. Use value to unlock actions, and actions to build connections. It's impossible if you're only good at one thing, either content or closing. Hybrid requires strategic thinking and execution across platforms. Hybrid isn't for dabblers or daydreamers. It demands preparation, from mindset to back-end systems, content to response strategy. You must track interactions, respond to signals, and know when to make the offer. It's not a gimmick. It's a depth system for building real businesses. Don't fake generosity while planting psychological traps. True hybrid practitioners match real value with real action. Part 4. What is value, and can it be measured? One of marketing's toughest questions. If you had to sell this content, how much would it be worth? This is the true filter. If you can't price it, you might be creating something ineffective. It doesn't mean you're bad, it means you haven't defined the audience, problem, and solution. Emotional content has value, motivation, connection, but if it can't drive action, it's wasted. Value lies not just in the content, but in its context, expression, and timing. One timely insight can be worth more than a 50-page ignored document. So instead of asking, is this content good? Ask, who would pay for it and why? If you obsess over polishing potential value without testing it in the market, you'll fall into self-delusion. Real value solves real pain. Part 5. The hidden call to action. Influence without pressure. New age CTAs aren't click here now or DM for more. They're suggestive prompts like comment a keyword to get the full guide. These don't pressure, but strongly prompt engagement. Behavioral psychology shows when someone comments, they've stepped into a relationship. If your stealth CTA doesn't deliver real value, it builds intentional disappointment and kills trust. Metaphorical CTAs work in an age where customers hate being sold to, but they only work if you first delivered value. Otherwise, it's like offering a sample with no aroma from the kitchen. Many use them as engagement traps, fishing for comments without follow-up. That makes people feel used, and you lose more than a single interaction. A CTA shouldn't be a final blow. It should blend into the viewer's journey. Place it where they're impressed, curious, and trusting enough to act. At that point, it's not a call, it's a welcome. Repetitive CTAs lose power. Customers learn to tune them out, like skipping ads they've seen before. A strong CTA blends clarity, subtlety, and timing. Don't make customers guess what you want. Don't be vague like gambling, but don't push so hard they recoil. A practical CTA makes them feel, this is in my interest. Many brands fail because they deliver great content, but fear selling. Remember, true value deserves a fitting closing act, and CTA is that bridge from emotion to action. Part 6. The growth journey. From survival to leadership. Everyone entering business starts at survival mode, doing everything to generate income, stay afloat, and avoid collapse. This is where direct sales strategies work best, fast, clear, and actionable. But once you pass this phase, you can't keep operating on eat now thinking. If you continue hunting without farming, your business will always be starving and stressed. Brand building prepares you for a longer harvest. The ideal path, from technical skill, practicing professionally, brand building, influence positioning. You begin with your capabilities, create services, and gradually share your journey to help others. This is when your personal brand becomes your competitive edge. Not everyone will complete this journey, and that's okay. The issue isn't speed. It's whether you understand where you are, what you need most now, and choosing the right strategy. Once you have a foothold, shift toward building a community, educating your market, and sharing knowledge. This isn't just branding, it's foundational influence. If your brand doesn't generate sales, it's vanity branding, built to be admired, not to serve. Conversely, if you sell with no legacy, you're just an anonymous vendor. Leaders do both, because real growth is about elevation. Part 7. Speaking to your younger self, a deep positioning strategy. One of the most powerful content strategies. Write for your younger self. You know this person deeply, what they feared, what they hoped for, what hurt them. Content from this perspective is authentic, layered, and emotionally resonant. Not everyone has experienced enough to be a guide. If you're still trapped by fear, failure, or confusion, you might replicate that same aimlessness instead of providing direction. Speaking to your younger self isn't nostalgia. It's transforming experience into value, turning old mistakes into lessons for those who follow. When you tell honest stories, no sugarcoating, no pretending to have it all, you create emotional bridges. Don't let this become a spiral of sob stories. Actionable content leads. If all you do is recount pain with no solution, you're feeding despair, not offering help. Beyond yourself, create content for people you've already helped. Recall your first student, client, or someone who messaged you in desperation. What did you say or do that helped? That's a gold mine of insights and value. If you only focus on your ideal customer avatar on paper, but ignore real people you've served, you cut yourself off from your most authentic source of value. Part 8. Give value first. The sweet trap of GaryVee's philosophy. Just give and value will return. This philosophy inspired millions of creators. But reality bites. Not all value comes back. People will take like praise, then vanish. If you don't create a pathway for value to be returned, you become a free resource, unreciprocated. Don't confuse generosity with foolishness. Real value only works when it has a clear destination. The issue isn't giving, it's knowing the right timing and terms for receiving. Giving value doesn't mean never asking, "Would you like to work with me?" Many use give first to avoid rejection, not as a strategy, but as a shield. If you keep giving without ever asking, resentment builds. Eventually, you'll explode, not because others didn't appreciate you, but because you never had the courage to ask at the right time. Giving only works when you have a clear what's next plan. Think of it as an investment, not charity. If an investor spends without a return plan, it's bankruptcy. Same with content. You must know when and how to harvest. Inspirational content without a call to action is a blunt knife, fiery but directionless. Smart creators know when to sow and when to reap. If you live by give value endlessly, ask yourself, am I truly adding value or hiding from selling? True generosity comes from knowing your worth and daring to charge for it. Don't become a victim of misguided kindness. You weren't born just to inspire, you're here to create results. And you can't truly help others if you can't sustain your own path. Part 9. Common mistakes in hybrid strategy execution. First mistake, thinking you're doing hybrid, but you're really doing disguised inbound. Posting regularly, hoping for magic, but no direction, no invitations, no follow-up scripts. That's not hybrid, that's blind hope. Don't assume value will find its way. If you don't speak up, customers will follow someone else who does, even if that person is far less experienced. Next mistake, no measurement. Doing hybrid without knowing which stage you're at. Awareness, engagement, conversion is like cooking without tasting. Without metrics, you won't know which content works, which CTA converts, or when to close. Many believe they understand their audience but never verify with data. Emotions start the journey, but success requires data-backed action. Part 10. Open conclusion. Self-awareness is the core foundation. There's no one-size-fits-all formula. No one can tell you to do just branding or just sales. The right question isn't, what should I do, but where am I, and what fits right now? You must stay clear-headed. Each stage of business needs different strategies. If you copy others' tactics without aligning to your reality, you'll always feel lost. Even if the theory is right, your practice will fail. Attraction marketing, hybrid strategy, content, or sales, these are tools. You are the strategist. Without self-awareness and honest goals, you'll keep chasing trends, never building a sustainable system. Real practitioners don't choose between inspiration and closing. They master both with finesse. Don't just build a brand. Don't just sell. Build yourself, and everything else will follow. Final conclusion. Awakened or swept away? You could build a brand for years without a single buyer. You could close hundreds of deals with no one remembering your name. The question is, who do you want to be in this game? A cultivator of impact or a chaser of short-term wins? Some will say, I don't care about branding, I just want money. Fair, but will you still exist in 3 years? On the other hand, if you're lost in an eternal give-first world, ask yourself, when will you start receiving? There's no correct strategy, only what fits right now. And if you're still unsure, congratulations, you're finally waking up. Thank you for watching the whole video. Please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.